The first step is I took this resource that I had and I wanted to take it to Kami. And so what I did is I just took screenshots of the pages because I wanted to hyperlink these little tabs on the side. So I actually used option number 2, which has all of the tabs on the same side. So again, right here, it has all of these tabs over here. And I just took screenshots of them and inserted them as backgrounds on each of these different slides. Then what I did, because I wanted to hyperlink the first page to each page, is I took little screenshots of each of these tabs and put them together. I went into slide edit theme, and that's where you can find these to edit them and to make them maybe look a little bit more crisp and clean if you wanted to. But then on this first page, I made an invisible box shape and I linked it to which slide these activities link to. After that, I'm ready to now assign this to my students. You can also add additional pages. So if you want pages, you're going to want to set those up now. So you can add additional pages in between the sections so students have room to add evidence, to maybe think or do some prompts reflecting on these activities. So again, you'll want to add maybe blank activities up here, or you might want to just leave them down at the bottom. But again, you're going to want to have all of your pages set because you can't add pages once you assign this in Kami currently as of today. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this activity and I'm going to take it to my Google Classroom. So right here, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to click on my Kami button. You do have to have the Kami extension in order for this to show up. And then what I can do as well is I could add multimedia onto this document, such as videos, audio clips. I can even highlight important information for my students. These are still clickable. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And so again, these will take me to those pages. And here's where I could add additional videos for verbs, noun, adjectives. If I had a blank page, I could add additional notes or resources. And so once I have all of my pages set, if I want to add multimedia now, I can. I don't have to though. And then I click the share. I'm going to create a Google Classroom assignment. You can create a Google Classroom assignment 3 ways. You can go to File, Create an Assignment, Share, Create an Assignment, or you can open up your Google Classroom and go to the drop-down in classwork that says Create a Kami Assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and share, create this assignment, and I'm going to title this The Building Blocks of Writing. You can add instructions, but again, I'm going to probably add a lot more video instructions because that's seemed to work best for my group of kids. I come into my class, I choose my students. You can also assign it to multiple classes. You can turn on feature controls, but I think for this, I'm going to let them have all of the features, and I'm going to make a copy for every single student. I click assign. Every single student is going to get this notebook. And the students will just go into their Google Classroom. Once they're in their Google Classroom, they're going to log in. They go over to their classwork page and they'll find that assignment. And all they have to do is click Open with Kami. Students then again can come in and highlight key important parts. They can add audio clips, videos, anything that they might need to in order to understand this concept. So again, they can click and it takes them to that page. Right here though, again, I can come in and I can have my students highlight important details. And on my teacher's side, what I'm able to do is open this up in Google Classroom, click Open with Kami, and you're going to be able to view class view. So if you need to do data notebook checks or notebook checks on this assessment, I can come in, use my sticker tool, and give my students quick feedback. Hey, I see what you've done there, right? And I can come in, add a sticker, so I know that they've added their name onto that page as a quick, formative kind of check-in with these notebooks. Another really cool thing about using Kami is I can individually give feedback to each of my students, or I can come up here to this green button, and maybe I don't want my students to have all of those pages to this notebook just yet. I can use the shape tool. And with the shape tool, I can fill it. Let's use white. And I can hide these pages from my students. And then as we go over these activities, I can reveal the pages to them. So again, I'm just using the shape tool, the rectangle, and I filled the shape. I'm going to click Update All, Update. And every single learner is going to get that updated view of their notebooks with this shape masking over their screens. And then when I'm ready, I can reveal, take away, delete that page from my students' notebooks, so that way they are unable to work ahead, or again, they are able to kind of see where we're at. So every single learner is going to have those white boxes on their screens. Let me reopen it up in class view. There is a way, again, for my students to kind of, again, use their thoughts. I'm using this button right here. And when I'm using that button, I'm coming in and I'm providing maybe multimedia and adding a YouTube video about verbs. Maybe I'm coming in and I'm adding in an image from the computer to help my students understand these different concepts. And when I'm ready, I can delete this. I can also highlight for my students as well. And then I just hit Update All, Update, and every single learner is going to get that update in their class view. And so again, there it is. And if, let's say, student Roseanne was absent, I could do the highlighting for this student. So when she comes back, she knows exactly what we talked about. I could record a video or screen capture to explain to the student what they missed during this class period in their notebook. So lots of different ways that you can use this with your students by either doing quick notebook checks, revealing the pages, adding multimedia, and students are able to use their Kami tools to reflect and think about what they just learned, or maybe they come in and they use the notes, the comment tool, to add in examples. They can add in additional ideas to this notebook using multimedia.